Do we really use only 10% of our brain? You've heard it in movies, you've read it in self-help books. We only use 10% of our brain. Sounds dramatic, right? But here's the thing, that statement is completely false. And today, we're going to bust it wide open. Where did this myth come from? This idea didn't just appear out of nowhere. It probably started back in the early 1900s when psychologist William James said something like, "We are making use of only a small part of our mental resources." But he wasn't talking about the brain's capacity. He meant our untapped potential. Later on, motivational speakers, self-help books, and eventually Hollywood turned that into, "You're only using 10% of your brain." Enter movies like Limitless and Lucy, where unlocking the rest turns people into superhumans. What science actually says. But what does science say? Thanks to modern imaging tools like fMRI, we now know we use nearly every part of our brain, and most of it is active almost all the time. Even when you're resting or sleeping, your brain is processing memories, regulating hormones, and managing your body. If we really only used 10%, injuries in the other 90% wouldn't matter, right? But even tiny brain injuries can cause major issues, because every region has a job. Why the myth won't die. So why does this myth keep coming back? Easy. It sounds inspiring. The idea that we have a massive unused superpower in our heads is exciting. Motivational speakers love it. But science isn't about wishful thinking, it's about evidence. And the evidence says your brain is already working hard, even if you don't always notice it. The real truth? Here's the real deal. You use 100% of your brain, just not all at once. Different regions light up depending on the task: reading, solving problems, talking, walking, even just daydreaming. Think of your brain like an orchestra. Not every instrument plays every note, but every section is essential. And they all work together to make your life possible. So the next time someone says, we only use 10% of our brain, you can smile and say, actually, I'm using all of it, just the way nature designed it. Enjoyed this myth-busting episode? Hit that like button, subscribe for more, and comment below. What myth should we break next?